quick double check. And here we go. Well, we are here finally for the first episode. I am so happy about that. Me being a knucklehead, I didn't turn off my noises on my phone, but everybody, welcome to the Straight Outta T.Town podcast. I am the host, Thomas Johnson. I am here with Jamie, and please say your last name so I don't butcher it.
Karschmaroon.
Karschmaroon. If anybody could say that 5 times fast, they're probably my hero.
Amen.
But we're here with the owner of the newest family diner to Tehachapi.
Yes.
Jay's Hideaway. So, I'm super excited for that. Obviously, the podcast is brought to you by T.Town Clothing. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jamie.
Well, I've been a server for about 22 years. I've been in the industry a very, very long time. Can't help it. I have a sick obsession with people, food. I love to do it. I have such a crazy personality. I'm almost bipolar because I'm one way at home, and when everybody sees me at work, I'm a whole different person.
Well, you have to be.
You really have to be. You got to be so many different personalities. With a certain generation, you got to be that boom, 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 laughing, making them go. With women, you got to be a certain way. With men, you can be this way. With the older generation, more respectable. And for some reason, it just works. My mom was a server, so I watched her in the industry when I was growing up. So it's kind of a family thing. Kind of crazy. She even thought it was weird that I got into this industry. She was like, "You're the one kid I didn't think had it in you," but she goes, "You surpassed me many years ago."
So, what made you decide to do this in Tehachapi?
Well, for one, we have loved this town. We've only been up here about 2 years, but we've always come up here just to get away from the craziness of the rest of the world. It was always quiet.
Amen.
It's true.
Yeah.
True. Fell in love with it many years ago, and then we just found the perfect time to get out, came up here, and I'm at that point in my life where it's time to do something.
Yeah.
And be settled and not do something for somebody else, but do something for me and my family.
Well, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Certainly. Hence T-Town Clothing Company and everything.
Yep.
And it's funny because, you know, my wife and I, who is sitting over here, and we have your daughter over here, right?
Yep.
So we actually have a live audience tonight, which is fantastic.
Sweet.
But yeah, we're implants too. And we talked about that on the pre-first episode. And it's interesting because we came up here for the same reasons, and geez, we just fell in love with Tehachapi, like as a whole, right? And just the people and the community, we just absolutely love it. So I'm super excited for you guys to get started with everything with Jay's Hideaway. But to my understanding, there is another location in Rosamond.
Yes.
Rosamond.
There
we go. I said it right.
About 30 minutes away.
So can you tell us a little bit about that? And is it going to be similar if people have been there before?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So our dear friends Joe and Jen Romero started that.
Big shout out.
Yeah, of course.
Joe and Jen.
Yeah, they've been family friends for a very, very long time. My husband and him knew each other from young ages, and they're just good-hearted people, and they started their thing. In fact, it was a Crazy Autos prior to that, and they wanted to change things up a little bit, so they got away from there, and then they started Jay's Hideaway. It is a first responder loyalty love. We back the blue, we back our firemen, we back our military,
Awesome.
We back anyone who's on the front lines to protect us. It's not being political, it's just showing the love to the men and women who are trying to keep us all safe, no matter what position they're in. And I can't say I couldn't be happier to be a part of that brand.
That is amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I guess when we get to the other fun stuff we have sitting here, we'll find that out. Ladies, are we good on sound? Yeah, we're good. We're good on sound. Awesome. Well, I didn't know that it was all like first responders kind of oriented, you know, so I'm so happy that we got to learn that, and this is a great town for that, by the way.
Yep.
So we always appreciate anybody that comes in and does that stuff, because, you know, police officers,
We need 'em.
firefighters.
We need 'em.
EMTs, any of those guys, we absolutely do. And the more we can all support it, the better it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
So
They need the love and support.
absolutely. And that's kind of the premise and the theme,
Yes.
I would imagine, right?
Yes, we're gonna have our flags up. In fact, Joe Romero is making flags.
Awesome.
I wish I had some pictures to show you, but they're good sized. I can't really.
Well, just
figure
tag us.
dimensions.
Tag us when
I
you
definitely
post
will.
it, and then
Yeah.
we'll
I'm hoping
share
to
it.
get some
Yeah.
of those up this week in the
Awesome.
restaurant, and then I wanted to kind of start showing pictures because it's still under renovation right now.
Right,
But
right.
we want to get some things going and just show the love. My best friend was a firefighter, and he lost his life in the Station 13 fire.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And he was such a good man.
Yeah.
I mean, an amazing man, just the sweetest thing. And all he wanted to do his whole life was just help people. And I think what better way is just to give them the love back. And even
Absolutely.
if it's like half off for their meal. Okay, well, because they don't even get time to stop and eat. They're always go, go, go. You never know when that alarm's going to hit.
Yeah, we've had a few instances with a couple fires, not our fault, here in town, and the firefighters are incredible.
Yeah, God bless them.
Luckily enough, we haven't had a lot of run-ins with the police officers in town.
Yeah,
obviously,
well, if you're not
but
breaking the law, you have nothing to worry about.
Exactly, but nonetheless, I think this community is really going to love that. Just
I'm
based on
hoping so.
what we see. Obviously, you guys have been to Mountain Festival and you've done Veterans Day and all those different things that we do here. So to have a location we can go and patronize and eat at that supports that, I think everybody's absolutely going to love that. So that's an incredible thing that I had no idea about, by the way, everybody. So I love hearing about that. So we have had, like I said before, a lot of questions come in.
Yes.
Where is this going to be located?
All right, it is at 20424 Bryan Way, formerly known as Kelly's Chuckwagon Cafe. Herb, the owner, he was ready to retire and, and have some fun in his life without having to worry about
That was
this and
another
worry
question
about
that
that,
came in, actually, yeah.
Trust me, I've been seeing a lot, and, I try to get as much response to everybody, but it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody. So right now, we're just trying to give the place some love and bring in something new and exciting. And
did people know that Herb was retiring, or is this kind of something new?
I think a lot of people didn't realize it. We kind of talked amongst ourselves. We didn't really blast a lot of things.
Right.
It wasn't until a couple weeks ago we kind of said, hey, we did a thing.
Right.
And people are sad because they didn't want to see Herb leave. I mean, of course, he's going to still come in and have breakfast with his buddies and everything like that. It's just now he gets just to be a regular Joe.
Right.
And
he gets to enjoy it.
Exactly. And relax and not worry about the stress of the day to day. I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to be the stress. So it's all good because I'm ready for it. But he wants to spend time with his family. What's wrong with that?
Listen, it sounds like this guy has worked a lifetime to build that brand. So the fact he gets to retire is an amazing thing. Mm-hmm. And then couldn't be better people taking over, right?
Definitely want to keep up the good love and the support of the community like he did.
So, and this is in Old Town for maybe anybody that's new to the area. Is that technically Old Town? Am I wrong here?
I wouldn't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it's Old Town. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's right there behind Wild Rose.
Yes.
Right? So everybody knows where Wild Rose is.
How can you not?
Yeah, so it's going to have a whole new face.
Yes.
Everything. And,
Yep.
and I think we'll get into that here. Specific setting or decor. What can we expect when we walk in? Is this a family setting? Is it going to be a lot of flags everywhere? I think you already hinted at that a little bit.
There's going to be some love for our flags up in there. I can't help it. I love my country and I love my first responders.
Amen.
And want to just give them the support. But I'm also a diner girl. I'm not a restaurant girl. I'm a diner. I like the old school. If I may say,
oh,
kiss
now
my
we're
grits.
now we're getting into it.
Kiss
Here
my
we go.
grits,
So
okay? I'm the old school. I like to have fun. I want to make it easy. Let's just have a good time. Let me fill your belly. Let me get you the warm coffee, hot coffee, I should say, and just have a good time when you're having your meal.
So diner, not restaurant.
Yeah.
Diner. What is the difference?
Well, I see with a restaurant, you have to keep more of a certain way about yourself.
Right.
With a diner, you can be a little loose. You can, say things kind of little out of context, but not so offensive that someone's going to be like, "Oh my god," But you can. I hope this is okay to say, but a little
sure,
smart-assy.
Yeah.
But you're bringing it with also class, and you're just having a good time. You want people to enjoy themselves. You want them to feel like when they're sitting in there, they're family. Like they're going to get to know you. They're going to know your people that are working there. You all become like one. And so when they walk through the door, I'm horrible with names, but hey, you want a hot cup of coffee and you want pancakes. I'll got you. It's little things like that that makes that feel.
And you want that sense of community, right? So
Yes.
they walk in, you know what they want, especially if they order that constantly,
Yes.
right? So, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
I guess that is true.
It just gives it a little something more. And I am not your average server. I have always been known as a little crazy, but it worked in my favor.
Are you hiring other people to be servers for you? Is this going to be very family oriented as far as staff?
I am definitely trying to keep it family oriented. I have no problem on the outside. Like Herb's daughter is staying with us.
Awesome. I think a lot of people are going to be super happy about
so
that. Yeah.
I definitely wanted to keep some familiar faces because I know change is good, but it also can ruin everything.
Right.
You can't just walk in somewhere and just wipe out everything without some kind of consequence coming back. So if you can keep a familiar face, it helps. It makes the transition that much easier.
Right.
And then that way they get to know me and then hopefully fall in love with everything else that goes with it.
And I think that we need to ask this question too. Your family lives in Tehachapi.
Yes, sir.
I think that got, or it was misunderstood when you first said, "Hey, Jay's Hideaway,
Yeah.
come to Tehachapi," and then people were like, "Oh, there's another one."
Yeah.
In Roseman. So you guys have lived here for how long?
About 2 years.
About 2 years. So yeah, this is not just somebody coming in randomly and
Exactly.
throwing in a place to go eat at, right? So
Yeah.
this is still local. It's hometown, and it's gonna have that feel.
Yes.
You
Well,
guys-
actually, a lot of the people in Tehachapi go to Roseman to that restaurant.
So they know.
So they already know. Yes, they know Joe and Jen. We're licensing the name, but I'm going to be the face
Right.
for this location.
Right.
And so they're still going to be there, and they're still helping me with everything. And I mean, they've definitely been helps and just kind of calming us down through everything because it's been pretty stressful.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Well, the snow didn't help.
Oh,
I don't think
Lord
it's
have
helped
mercy.
anybody at this point.
No,
so.
it kind of stopped my construction a little bit.
Right.
Even though my guys couldn't come up to help finish the job, I would still be there. We've been pulling 10, 12-hour days. I'm just trying to make sure everything looks as good as possible.
Right,
And take
right.
care of it and give it the love that it deserves.
Which is everything in Tehachapi, I feel like, right? Everybody wants that and they feel that. So people have been coming down to Rosemont.
Mm-hmm.
They have that expectation that's going to be upheld here at this new location.
Yes.
With people that live in Tehachapi.
Yes.
So everybody, we clear that one up right
Yes.
away.
I
Well,
live in
couldn't be-
Tehachapi. Joe and Jen live in Roseman.
If somebody is traveling down there, where is that location in Roseman?
It's off of Diamond Street.
Diamond
So
Street,
if they
okay.
get off the freeway, just go down right to Diamond Street, turn right, and you can't miss it. It's on the right-hand side.
Perfect.
Caddy corner from Carl's Hardware.
Carl's Hardware, Caddy Corner. That's where it is down
That's
there.
it, yep.
Just in case you're traveling south. If not, when you guys open, they can just
Come see me.
go over there off Brian's Way, right?
Yes, sir.
So we talked about decor. You're sharing a lot of that with us. Are you going to keep anything from Kelly's Chuck Wagon?
Yes.
Awesome.
There are a few things we are keeping. I made sure whatever Herb wanted to keep for himself, it is all yours. You take what you want.
Right.
There were a few pieces that we did ask to keep, and so he's like, no problem.
So you're keeping it still like in the family, so
Exactly.
to speak, right?
I don't want to scare the town off.
Right.
Like, oh my God, somebody new just changed everything. I didn't want that.
And it's great to have you on so people know that.
Exactly.
And I think they need to hear that because we saw things on Facebook and sometimes people don't understand.
Yeah.
Right? So it's important to get that information out.
Exactly.
Well, you've been here for 2 years. My wife Chelsea and I have been here for almost 6. Absolutely changed our lives moving up here.
Oh.
But the one thing I always say, and tell me if I'm wrong, Tehachapi is underrated for food. Yes. Underrated in my opinion. Portions, quality of the food, pricing for that matter. Anybody's more than welcome to go back down to Thousand Oaks and go get a meal for $900.
Go for it. Knock yourselves out. So or come see me a few times and save a bit of money.
So is there, are you bringing something different into Tehachapi? Is it going to be kind of like hearty food? Is it, what are we looking at with that?
I mean, we're going to have, the best way to put it, bring your appetite.
Bring your appetite.
Bring your appetite.
So we're going to talk about just bigger sizes
yes.
and comfort food.
Exactly. Especially when we have those snowy days.
Yeah, yeah. If we can get out, because we know what took us a little while to get on. Some folks were stuck in the snow, but we're good.
Yes, we made it. We survived.
And no, it wasn't Jamie.
No, it was not me.
So everybody should know. Our dear friends Rich and Ashley, big shout out to them.
Yes.
Which you guys got along great, which is
so crazy. Small
insane.
World.
Yeah, absolutely.
Small world.
So comfort food, big portions. Mm-hmm. Anything that you would suggest if somebody had never been to the Roseman location? What would you say your favorite thing about your menu is? Or one item or several items?
Well, that's a hard one, but omelets, you can never go wrong.
Omelets?
You can never go wrong with a good old-fashioned omelet.
Okay.
Hash browns, good homemade biscuits and gravy.
I like
it. That just, biscuits and gravy alone can make you happy.
I like it.
But French toast has always been one of my favorite sweets.
My guilty pleasure.
Right? But it's that nice, thick Texas toast.
Yeah.
So it's not this itty-bitty little thing. It's going to fill you.
It's like a big piece of bread lathered with everything I love.
How can you not?
Right? So perfect. And you guys are going to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
It's breakfast and lunch. It's going to be open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 7 days a week. Now, not knowing, maybe down the road in about a couple years, I just want to make sure everything goes well this way first, before I step into that ball game.
For the dinner stuff.
For the dinner stuff, yes,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Can you get a Bloody Mary over there?
No.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
My main focus was getting the food and everything ready before I stepped into getting an alcohol license or anything like that.
Well, it's pain in the butt.
True. And it's just, I've done everything on my own.
Yeah.
Getting through the health department, going and getting my DBA done. Every step has been done by myself. I have worked my butt off to make sure I get everything done just right. And that was just one more piece of paper I couldn't do right now.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, it's not easy going through all that. But I had to ask. I'm a fan of a good Bloody Mary on a Sunday, right?
I definitely understand it. Can never say never, but right now, no.
But it's just proof that, look, if we need to be a good community and come out and support you guys. Yes. We have to try it out.
Just give me a shot.
And you guys are going to uphold that end of the bargain. Yes. I'm very confident in that. So I'm super excited about it. So breakfast and lunch.
Yes.
Dinner potentially down the road.
Yes.
Anything for lunch you would suggest?
Oh, burgers. How can you go wrong with a good old-fashioned burger? Ring of fire, baby. So
is that the name of
that's one of the burgers.
That is one of the burgers.
You got to have a surprise. You just got to come in and try it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
we'll
got to
leave
the
a little
suspense
tease.
like we did before, right? So awesome, perfect. We're moving right down the list here. I really like it. By the way, this is kind of structured, but not to the fullest extent.
No, I love this. This is so comfortable.
So style of food, we already kind of touched on that.
Yep.
Comfort food. We've got breakfast, French toast, and Ring of Fire burger for lunch. Can't go wrong with either one of those.
Of course.
Omelets. Anything special about an omelet?
Like I said, bring your appetite.
Bring your appetite.
Bring your appetite.
The remodel.
Oh, yeah.
We all just found out about this, 2-3 weeks ago?
About 2.5 weeks ago, yeah.
2.5 weeks ago. So, is there a time frame? How long are we looking at here?
Well, the weather did put me behind.
Yeah.
It kind of messed up everything for me. But my goal is by March 17th.
March 17th.
Yes. As long as Mother Nature plays fair, and I can keep everything rolling.
She doesn't want to right now.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, she wants to keep snowing
Of
and
course.
just throwing it down.
Literally throwing it down.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been absolutely. I know we've been like texting and emailing and hey, we're gonna do it. My internet was out last week. Yeah, we've had some issues, and even with the internet being out over the course of this last week, it was on off with SoCal Edison with our and I know a lot of people in town had power outages. Did you guys have that down there with the remodel?
The restaurant and my house.
No kidding.
It was a pain.
So you couldn't even get relief anywhere you went?
No.
Yeah, it sucks.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's
been
terrible.
Pretty stressful. I've done very well to hold my own.
Yeah.
But there was parts that's just been like, ooh, give me a break. Just a girl needs to breathe for just a moment, please.
Well, it just means that everybody has to wait just maybe a hair longer for something that's going to be fantastic.
Exactly. But I've had some really amazing help. My husband has been my backbone. My best friends, Bobby and Tiny, and then Bobby Joe, who is actually the daughter of Joe Romero.
Okay.
Her boyfriend owns the Razor House Barbershop, and they've been coming over and just really helping us out so much. I mean, they've been a blessing.
Knocking stuff out.
Yeah, they've been a blessing and really helping me get through it.
And it's just these folks and yourself that you're talking about doing this remodel.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some painters come up, but since they are from the AV,
right?
The weather couldn't get it in, so I would start helping primer or whatever I could to kind of make it go along a little faster, just doing my part, because I can't just sit back and watch it and not get done. I have to, my hands are in everything.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Trust me. So blood, sweat, and tears, that's what's going in.
Yeah, and Rosa, she's actually our cook. She was with Herb, and in fact, she was with the owner prior to Herb.
So more than just Herb's daughter.
Yeah.
Coming in and staying with you.
Yeah. So we're going to keep Rosa. She has been an angel. I mean, just working hard. We've had her down in the Roseman training. She's just catching on to everything, and she's really excited about all this, and I couldn't ask for somebody better to be on my side right now.
So who gets to test all the food while you guys are going through this?
Well, hello, me. I don't know. You might have to come in early and
try it. You know what? Done. Let us know anytime. So we're looking at March 17th.
Yes.
It's you, your family, friends, putting in all this time, all this effort. For anybody that doesn't go into Jay's Hideaway when you guys open up, we're going to have a problem.
Right.
We're going to have a problem with that. That's what we do in Tehachapi.
Yeah.
I feel like we love to support the community.
Well, you have to, and it's definitely a family. My son's even been in there helping me doing all kinds of stuff. It's been a family effort.
And that's the best. That's how you know it's going to pay off, right at the end of the day.
It's not even that. It really just shows who has your back.
Yeah.
And family is always there.
Yeah. They should be.
Yeah.
Because you only get one family.
True story.
You only get one family. So events. We do a lot of events in Tehachapi, as you know. Mm-hmm. Are you guys planning on doing anything outside of like your grand opening, which we'll get to? But catering events, are you guys going to do any catering if somebody wanted to do that with you guys?
I'm going to say possibly. It's just right now, my whole focus is just trying to get this door open.
Yeah.
And then all the other goodies, I have a long list of things.
We'll figure it out as we go.
It kind of is. I just got to make sure, especially like that first 3 months. Right. That's like that.
Make or break.
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
This is going to either happen or not. So I'm kind of just waiting.
And speaking of a sign, are we going to see one that's on the road on, was that 202 over there? Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
You may already see that one side of Kelly's Chuck Wagon has come down, and we're bringing in some new signs.
I don't ever leave the house anymore, so I haven't seen anything.
You know what? Honestly, I go from my house to the restaurant and back and forth.
Periodically, I get to leave, yeah.
After that, what's outside of that?
I have no idea.
There's buildings.
We used to be in the mountains all the time, but
well, actually, I've seen Home Depot more than I've cared to. But hey.
Yeah, I've been there. We've been there when we bought this house. But so we're gonna see a sign.
Yes.
You guys are gonna do a grand opening, I would assume.
Yes.
Okay. Is it gonna be like blown up big time?
Well, I am.
Red carpet style, or?
Well, I'm gonna actually kind of sign up through the chamber tomorrow.
Okay.
Kind of get that feel, and they said that they would help, and so also going through Coca-Cola, and they're wanting to kind of help out too. And then Monster is also donating one of their fridges with monsters to sell.
Chelsea, you can't go to Jay's Hideaway. I'm sorry.
How many do you have?
I'm sorry. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Loaded with sugar or
You
sugar-free?
you just said like the worst possible thing.
I know.
Even though it's the best possible thing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So, grand opening, and I mean, are you guys going to do any vendor booths? I don't know how that would work, I guess.
I'm not really
For
sure.
us, it's like, we throw some gear out and
Kinda
kinda
call
works
it a
that.
day.
Yeah, it kind of works that way.
I mean, the best I could say is maybe sell some of our apparel.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have some really neat shirts that are out there.
You weren't supposed to say that yet.
I'm sorry. Well, you kind of like drawing it out of me there, and I'm like, well, this would actually work, and possible coupons or this and that in a year. But I wouldn't know how easy it would be for me to fling out a grill out there.
Well, maybe not that